Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. 6 days after powerful twin earthquakes devastated northern Venezuela, rescuers from around the world are racing against the clock to locate survivors under the rubble. CBS News reports. The magnitude 7.5 and 7.2 tremors struck within a minute of each other on June 24th, leaving a confirmed death toll of over 1,700 by Tuesday. With thousands of people still reported missing, search operations continue in heavily hit coastal regions like La Guaira. Among the international teams is an American task force from Fairfax, Virginia, executing desperate searches under collapsed structures. Meanwhile, NASA released a preliminary assessment using satellite imagery taken before and after the disaster. The space agency estimates that approximately 58,870 buildings were likely damaged or destroyed across the affected region. Rescue coordinators acknowledge that as time passes, the likelihood of finding more survivors decreases significantly, but teams refuse to give up hope, treating every new search with the same urgency as the first. US envoys Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff have arrived in Doha, Qatar, for indirect discussions concerning the implementation of the ceasefire agreement with Iran. Reporting for Al Jazeera, officials confirmed that while the envoys are in the capital to meet with mediators, no direct meetings with Iranian diplomats have been scheduled. This development follows a denial by Tehran regarding U.S. President Donald Trump's claim that Iran had requested a meeting. The Iranian delegation is in Doha to focus on technical aspects of the existing Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, specifically addressing disputes over navigation in the Strait of Hormuz and the release of $6 billion in frozen Iranian assets. Iranian officials have expressed significant concerns regarding the implementation of the MOU, particularly articles related to the ceasefire in southern Lebanon and maritime traffic regulations. Qatar, acting as a mediator, stated that it is coordinating with Oman to ensure safe maritime passage and to resolve ongoing tensions, noting that the frozen funds have yet to be transferred to Iran. Outgoing UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has unveiled a significant defense investment plan, committing nearly £300 billion, $397 billion, over the next 4 years to modernize Britain's armed forces. As reported by Al Jazeera, this initiative includes a dedicated £5 billion specifically for drones and autonomous systems. Starmer characterized the move as a necessary response to a rapidly changing global security landscape, emphasizing that national security is inherently tied to economic stability. The funding boost, which involves reallocating spending across government sectors, comes amid internal political pressure and criticism regarding the UK's readiness to face rising threats, particularly from Russia. Although 2 defense ministers recently resigned over concerns that previous proposals were insufficient, this new plan aims to bring annual defense spending to approximately £80 billion by 2029. Starmer intends to present this strategy at an upcoming NATO summit in Ankara, reaffirming the UK's commitment to reaching a 3.5% GDP defense spending target by 2035. As Starmer prepares to leave office in July, he acknowledged that his successor will have the opportunity to build upon this newly established blueprint. According to GG Press, the military-aligned government of Myanmar has formally rejected a request from the current ASEAN chair, the Philippines, to allow an ASEAN special envoy to meet with detained democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi. A spokesperson for the president's office stated during a press conference on June 30th that such a meeting is currently not possible because the 81-year-old Nobel laureate is still serving a prison sentence. The spokesperson maintained that the meeting could only be considered after she completes her term, while also claiming that her health is stable and that she receives regular checkups. Aung San Suu Kyi is currently being held under house arrest at a designated residence in the capital, Nay Pyi Taw. Her isolation and the lack of clarity regarding her situation remain a significant concern for the international community and ASEAN member states, which have been seeking constructive dialogue to address the ongoing political crisis in the country. According to a report by Thai Sounds, Ukraine launched another drone strike on the Dubna Satellite Communications Center, located about 500 kilometers from the Ukrainian border, north of Moscow. This incident marks the second time in just over a week that the facility has been targeted. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky stated that the center is utilized for intelligence collection and coordinating Russian military operations in Ukraine. While the Kremlin and local Russian officials have not confirmed significant damage to the communication facility, Moscow regional authorities reported that drone strikes hit residential areas nearby. Regional Governor Andrei Vorobyov stated that an attack on a residential building resulted in the tragic death of a 6-month-old infant. The Russian Defense Ministry claimed that air defense systems intercepted or destroyed over 400 drones during the wave of attacks. Ukraine has been intensifying long-range drone operations against deep Russian territory to pressure the Kremlin, focusing primarily on infrastructure and military targets as the conflict enters its 5th year. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.